Hey, Stephanie here with Tuesday Tips. Do you trust yourself? Do you really trust yourself? Do you ever find yourself saying, "Ah, I shouldn't have done that," or that was a mistake, or anything like that? Listen, we all have self-doubt. It can be about anything. It could be as small as I shouldn't have spent so much time scrolling last night to I shouldn't have married this person. We all have beat ourselves up for mistakes we've made. And that can really play into our self worth and not make us trust ourselves anymore because we view an experience as bad. So let's fix that. Let's get you trusting yourself again. Because if you are on an entrepreneurial journey, you are going to have a lot of ups and downs. And you need to really have the self assurance that the path you're on is right. So, how can you do this? How can you start to strengthen that muscle and that belief? Well, there's a few things you can do. The first thing is stop all the negative talk. Just go cold turkey. And when you do find yourself doing that negative talk, give yourself compassion. Give yourself some love and say, hey, you didn't know that before. Now you do. Now you can avoid that pitfall. It's like when you're driving your car and you don't see the pothole and then you hit it and you're like, oh, right? Now you can see the pothole. You can see the pothole sooner because you've had that experience and you know it's an experience you want to avoid. So give yourself credit for having the experience and allowing yourself to feel whatever it is that you feel about it. Show yourself some compassion. The second thing that you can do is to set reasonable goals. I've heard, throughout my career, all of my jobs, they all wanted me to have SMART goals and, specific, measurable, attainable, reachable, whatever it is. Oh, and timely, right? I don't do that anymore. I don't set SMART goals. I write an action list, things that I want to accomplish, and then I can cross them off. I don't give them necessarily, like, for instance, one of the things on my goals right now is to work on organization, organizing my electronic files and my physical files. That is a really big job. It's a really big job. And it's a never ending job, right? Like laundry or dishes. These things never go away. They're continually there, right? If I put a time limit on that, then what I would be doing is setting myself up to fail and setting myself up for that negative talk. However, what I can do is I can schedule some time, 30 minutes, an hour, a couple of days a week, where this is the time I'm going to devote to doing this. And I'm going to focus solely on this. And let's be honest, life happens. You know, maybe your kid falls down and you've got to rush to the school and get him to the emergency room. Or, you know, your dog gets sick, right? And has to go, and you have to take him to the vet. Things happen. So don't beat yourself up for life happening, okay? And set reachable goals. And carve out that time. I'm not saying don't carve out the time, but don't say in the next 3 months, I'm going to be making $100,000 a month. You might. God bless you if you do. But set reasonable goals. Can I carve out an hour each week to devote to organizing my electronic files? And can I devote an hour each week to organizing my paper files? Yes, that's something I can do instead of scrolling, you know? Um, and the other thing with setting those goals, those attainable, reachable goals, is to actually keep the date with yourself. If it's on your calendar, listen, I got notifications that go off all the time. I have notifications. However, if you're seeing them all the time, you might get numb to them. If you set a notification, if you set a calendar date with yourself, keep it. It, if at all possible. Listen, like I said, life happens, and then you just move it to the next. Like if your kid falls down, you got to take him to the doctor next day, or maybe an hour later that day. You know, hopefully things things are okay. But keep that date with yourself. Keep that do whatever you can to keep that date with yourself. That little notification comes up, and you're like, oh, but I'm hungry. Well, go get a quick snack and then set your timer for an hour and don't do anything else for that 1 hour. So that is how you're going to help build the trust back, right? Because consistency is what builds trust. And then the other thing you can do is learn something new. Did you ever want to take a watercolor class or learn photography or learn how to make a reel? Learn something new. Invest the time, invest the energy, even invest the money. You know, if you're camera shy, how do you get into making reels? Learn how to do it. Learn how to do it. Like I said, invest the time, invest the energy, invest the money if need be, and go do it. And after a while, that hard thing that you thought was so hard is probably not going to be hard for you anymore. Once you've gotten the hang of it, right? Just like learning to ride a bike. You didn't ride a bike overnight. It took a while. Learning to drive a car. You invested the time, you invested the energy, you invested money in learning how to drive. Whether it was just to, get the permit. I mean, every state, you know, requires you to pay. I'm talking about the United States. Every state requires you to pay to get your permit and then take your driver's test and get your license. But you invested the time, you invested the money, right? You learned. So learn something new, you know? Learn how to make your favorite dinner. Is there a favorite restaurant that you go to that you get this same thing all the time and you just absolutely love it? Learn how to make it at home. And the first time you make it, it's not going to be the best. And maybe the fifth time you make it, you forget an item at the store. Maybe you substitute and you find it something new. Whatever it is, learn something new. Because that's going to give you the confidence. Oh, well, I couldn't do this 3 months ago, but now I can. That's going to give you the confidence and going to show you that you can overcome these challenges in your life. So if you need a little boost of courage, you can do this. You're amazing. You're wonderful. And you are always in the right place at the right time. So trust yourself. Allow the process to happen. Reflect and learn. Avoid those potholes so you can avoid those potholes next time. Show yourself some compassion. Say, good job learning. Good job. You learned where that pothole was. No more. We're not going to take that route anymore, right? Set reasonable, obtainable goals and learn. Never stop learning. Have a beautiful day. And if you want some more assistance with this or anything else when it comes to marketing your business, feel free to take me up on a business breakthrough session. In this business breakthrough session, we're going to sit down together. You're going to get some customized support. It's a one-on-one. It's a free half-hour coaching session, 30 minutes. We'll talk about what you want, what's in the way. I'm going to give you my best strategies or tips to get you over the hump. And then we'll see if it's a fit to do more work together. The link for the business breakthrough session is in the description or in the newsletter, however you are finding this. So feel free to take me up on it. And I look forward to supporting you, continue to support you on your journey of success. Have a beautiful day.